Simone Romero profiles American Lori Berenson, now on parole after serving time for collaborating with a Marxist terrorist group in Peru.
I totally understand that people feel a strong rejection to someone who represents terrorism.
In 1995, the Peruvian government arrested Lori Berenson, the American who became notorious for collaborating with a Marxist rebel group called the Tupac Amaru Revolutionary Movement. Investigators found that she rented a house in Lima for the group, where they stored ammunition and plotted to take the Peruvian Congress hostage. Now on parole after more than 14 years in prison, she continues to claim that she never planned to commit any violence.
I shared ideological things, but I never had anything to do with either plans to do a violent act or part in a violent act.
Berenson is reviled within Peru because much of the country views her as a symbol of the turmoil that afflicted the country in the 1980s and 90s, when almost 70,000 Peruvians were killed in the war involving her group and another insurgency, the Shining Path.
I really wasn't that much of a monster. I might have had an incorrect ideology or an incorrect manner of seeing life, but I wasn't an assassin and I wasn't a monster.
Berenson may still end up back behind bars because a government prosecutor is appealing her parole. But for now, she spends her days rediscovering life after a decade and a half in prison, caring for her son, Salvador, who she had in prison with a former member of the Tupac Amaru group, and trying to piece together a profession as a translator.
I'm saddened and I'm sorry that I have been part of something that was considered so damaging. When I was young, I thought I had this moral obligation to do things for others, and I don't think that was bad. So I assumed the consequences of it instead of saying, well, I shouldn't have done it at this point.